Hi, this is Mohammed Sahir for Code for Programmer Blogspot.in. Welcome to the beginner series of ASP.NET MVC. In this course, I am going to provide a small demonstration for the below topic. If you need much detail, just go through my blog. What is ASP.NET MVC? ASP.NET MVC is a web development framework on the Microsoft.NET platform, which provides a way for developers to build well-structured web applications. MVC built on top of ASP.NET Core and is working on a software architecture pattern. It divides a given software application into three main components. MVC is mainly for test-driven development, which means easily testable and separation of concerns. It was first introduced by Microsoft in November 2007 and had 6 major releases. Why and when to choose ASP.NET MVC? ASP.NET MVC provides a clean code, separation of concerns, testability, easy to maintain for the rapid application. MVC framework pattern provides a large application to build, maintain, testable easier than traditional ASP.NET application, which makes an application as loosely coupled. MVC stands for Model View Controller. Model holds complex business logic and the POCO clauses. Controller is for handling incoming web requests and process and send the response back to the server. Controller is lightweight as much as possible and should be single responsible one. View is the UL layer which is visible DOM elements in the application. In browser, client sends a web request through view to controller. Controller handles the incoming web request and perform the action. If they have nodal dependency, sends to model and model processes the logic to controller, which gives output to view. View processes the model data and which rendered in browser. Advantages of MVC: it provides best support for test-driven development and suitable for rapid application development. Loosely coupled architecture, easily maintainable, scalable, and separation of concerns, pluggable framework. Next one is View Engine. View Engine is responsible for rendering the markup into the browser. There are two View engines. One is Webform Engine and another one is Razor Engine. Webform Engine as an extension .aspx or ACX. Webform Engine is faster than Razor Engine. Razor Engine provides a concise way to mix code and markup in the same file. It has an extension .cshtml or VB.html. Razor minimizes the size of the code. When compared to Webform Engine, Razor provides much more cleaner code which makes it easier to understand the programmers. Here is the syntax for Webform Engine and Razor Engine. Routing. Mapping an incoming web request to controller action, which is known as routing. A route is an URL pattern that is mapped to a handler. In a file-based application such as Webform application, the handler is an ASPX file. In an MVC application, the handler is an action method in a controller class. Each route in an MVC application is represented by a root object. When creating a new ASP.NET application, the default project template creates a method called register routes in the global AJAX file. This method is responsible for configuring the routes for the application and initially defined with two routes. One is ignore route and the default route, which follows the below pattern. Ignore route method has ignore the request which mentioned the ignore route. Any URL that contain the file extension .axt are not processed by the root engine. Register route. The second is the URL pattern that should be used to match the URL. There have three segments: controller, action, and ID. Controller provide the controller name, action given the action name, and ID is optional one. If you want to filter by ID, you need to provide the ID. What are the action results in MVC? An action result is a return type of a controller method, which is the base class for all the action result class. There are different type of action results. Different action results have different purposes. When showing the demo, I will explain the action result much more detail. Now I am running the application. When first time user sends a web request, it will comes to the application start in the global AJAX file. When user request matches the requested URL, controller finds the action and send it to view. In root config, I have already given all the controller name and action name request need to process. Root.map root extension method, here we define the custom URL. Set the name in the name segment you have navigate by using name. By default, it will also takes care in home controller index action. If you requested any unwanted URL, the root is not able to find specified URL. We get an error resource cannot be found in view. Content result. Content result. Return any content in the page. When running the content result, I have given the content as Muhammad Sahir. It will display content in UI. Next, partial view result. Here, menu bar is a partial view. We are not able to provide the return view in partial view. If you need to send a JSON result, use JSON result class. File path result. Need to display a file content result, use file result or file path result. In this example, I am returning JS file. Yeah, it's returning JS JavaScript file. In file result, I need to show an image, so I am using file result. In root ID segment, I have given the image name already and declared the name as shown picture. When requested show picture, hit the file result class and show that image. Yeah, image will be showing. When file result need to return binary or file use file result. If you need to send a binary content, then use file result. Unauthorized result. If unauthorized request comes to the application, it returns to login page. Now I requested unauthorized result. Look into the web address bar. It gets automatically changed account/login redirect URL home unauthorized URL. Redirect result. If any external HTTP you need to call from application, use redirect result. Here I want to redirect to facebook.com. So I have defined www.facebook.com in redirect method. Redirect to action. If I need to redirect to any action, use redirect to action method. These are all about the action result class. What are the various ways to pass data from view? Public action result value to view. In the course I have already some list of courses. Need to add one more course. Add the course and set the course object in view and pass to view. Viewback.message is equal to x. Here I am adding the course and send at viewback.message in view. I am retrieving that value. View data. In view data, I have given the key as created date, taken the value to view at view data at created date. Next one is temp data. Application result temp data basics. Temp data my value. I have given the value to temp data my values and returning to another action temp data value. I am taking that value and returning to the view. When I am processing the redirect method, the value not persist in the temp data. So when redirection occurs, the temp data value will be null. If you want to persist the data value, you need to use temp data.keep method. Thanks for watching the video. If you like this video, please subscribe this video. If you have any queries, post your comments.